Okay, guys, we're going to continue here and just about the end of turn 7, heading into turn 8. As we go forward, I'm going to start jumping through some of the steps here so that we're not playing every minute. Obviously, it takes longer and longer as we grow. I just want to point out one small change as I've had a minute to look through things here. What I'm thinking is there's a good chance that somewhere in this vicinity here, one of these planets, I'm going to want to build a starbase. And maybe it almost doesn't matter what's out here, just somewhere on this planet, so I want to start building a starbase. That's so. Given that on here on Delta 334, I already have almost everything I need for a starbase, and I just need a little bit of molybdenum, and I have a lot of molybdenum on my homeworld that's not doing anything. So I'm going to just sort of jump ahead here. Instead of bringing clans this way, I'm going to bring a couple hundred molybdenum this way, which basically means I've got a base in a box just waiting on 334. I could build the starbase there, but I think it's going to be better to bring it out this direction one more turn so that it has this close connections with all these other things. I really like to think about my starbases in terms of the number of connections they have. This is a very ideal place to build a starbase because it's connected up to this side as well as to all these planets down here. So I almost consider the location of the starbase to be more important than what's on the planet. And that's kind of an important thought process. And we can see why that starts to pay off when we think about Planet 112. When we built our starbase here, even though it was a terrible planet in terms of its resources, and there are some consequences of that, we're starting to get some payoff because we found this really great planet within one turn of it, and it's able to supply it, and we also have a lot of resources here, so we're able to supply this planet with the planets that are around it, and that proximity makes it easy to do so, even with low tech engines. So that's what I think about when I do these things. So given this small change, I think I'm going to head to turn 8. Again, we're seeing our ships on the move here. We've got 3 new planets that we can take a look at. I like to explore those right away. So here we've got an insectoid. So this is good. We've got some natives here. Insectoids are always good. They're tribal, so it's not great, but still, this place can produce a lot of money in a big hurry with not very many clans. So that's an advantage. And there's some decent number of minerals there. So we're going to want to get some mines onto that planet as quickly as possible too. Over here, we found some amorphous, and it is really cold. So this is really definitely not ideal. We'd have to bring a lot of colonists here, but still something to think about. And again, we found some reptilians over here. So this is a great planet. We can make a lot of, it's not a lot of reptilians, so it's not super great, but we will be able to mine out that 8,000 tritanium in a big hurry with this reptilian. So that's a bonus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, my general thought process is I'm going to continue with this large deep space freighter to try to find a good landing home for that 1,000 colonists. This guy is going to most likely drop almost everything to start building here, and then he will head back to get some more colonists. Or he may bring a little bit forward to explore, because we do really want to find the next place for this starbase as soon as possible. Or he may come back this direction so that he can pick up that base in a box and bring it along here to find the home as this guy is doing the scouting out here. So that's most likely what's going to happen. Down in the south, our large deep space freighter is heading down here and going to check out these 2 planets, looking for some natives to find some money. And definitely one of these medium deeps is going to come out here and bring colonists to that insectoid as soon as possible, so we can start to get things going on there. And then we're going to be looking to bring the money back from our amphibian here back to Centuria to start building the rushes here. So we really need to raise the tech levels here. When I look at my the cost of a rush here. Even with the most basic things, I need 5,300. So I need quite a lot of money to get that first rush built. So I need to spend a little bit of time looking at all of the planets that I have here in the area and thinking about what I can build and adding together to make sure that in 3 turns on turn 11, I'm going to have this stuff here. I'm not at all worried about the minerals. We've got tons of minerals coming out. I just need to calculate. I've got 1,000 here. I've got 3,800 here. So that's 4,900 already. Maybe I need to sit here for an extra turn or have a ship here for an extra turn to take the extra money. Now this is down to 40. So I have to come back. I'm definitely not going to let it recover. I need all the money I can get. So I'm going to just go with 0 happiness change here. So unfortunately, that's only 375 mega credits a turn now. So a lot less. It's really just enough to get something going. I'm probably going to need to use almost every penny that's around in order to, and almost certainly sell some supplies in order to get that 5,300 to here in 3 turns. And at the same time, I still need to keep expanding and building mines. So this is why it's getting so critical. This is a really important spot, and this is a really important spot because this turn I can drop some stuff and start taxing next turn to get the majority of money from these places. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and start to make some of these moves. I'm going to pause the video and make some of those moves, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit more about anything that I may have discovered while I'm going through those steps.